yo, should I box this kid and then jump his ass?
Hey, yo, dude.
Yeah, go ahead, bud. Oh, let's go. Bro evolved.
If we,
Oh, wow.
I'll attempt to explain it in the lobby.
Are you gonna? Okay. Yes. Oh, frig. You got full.
There's
In the lobby, you will explain.
Yeah, in the lobby you will explain. Hold on. Yeah, cause I'm about to get folded here in a second, right after you. Stop! Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna swing away, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think I'm coming with. Hold on.
Yeah,
See,
come
jump.
on, Jackson. Let's swing away in this
Oh, wait, I want-
sunset together. You can be my baby.
No, I was
time.
gonna-
You'll
I was
be on
gonna
my
get your reboot.
handlebars.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. I'm put some dirt in your eye.
I'm putting some dirt in your eye.
Flipping that whole thing.
Actually, two places. There's a place before this, except it got shut down, which was a cabin in the woods, like Gravity Falls. You know, and that we actually find from the Five Nights at Freddy's Survival Logbook. And, if you shine
The dude
a
read
black
the books. How about you go get some tea?
no, I haven't read the book. You know, MatPat, he does all this stuff. He just goes through all of it. So
Bro.
basically, and all the books. There's all these books basically, and there's like these things like, do you remember what happened? And so basically, it's just all this crap, and then eventually, Purple Guy is like, nothing really happens here, and then.
Okay, you're
the
gonna need
little-
to break
but
it down a little bit, not the whole time.
Okay. Then FNAF 4, right? FNAF 4. There's like the bite of what we think is 87, but it's actually what happened in 83, known from FNAF 2. If we look deeper into that on night 4, so basically, what?
How do you know all this?
Dude,
So, because Phone Guy actually says on that night, you know, it's actually amazing how long the human brain can survive without the frontal lobe, and he said from 83, and that's when
Why
the
was your
mini
mic in
game-
your throat when you said that?
now what is the frontal lobe? That's my question.
it's a piece in your
Did you
brain.
hear about the frontal lobe?
Oh,
It's a frontal brain. So basically,
okay.
this guy's brother and his friends shove him up to the animatronic, and then he gets his head bitten, and it's crushed, and
And he dies in a
basically-
coma.
And I watched this video about game theory, and according to the Chuck E. Cheese maker who makes the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics,
What?
the bite force of animatronics from around that time is around 180 pounds worth of force.
Why?
On the
Per
weakest
square
part
inch?
of yeah, per square inch actually, on the weakest part of the kid's skull. So then we actually can tell that the kid's in the hospital, not in his like dreams. That's why there's the nightmare animatronics, because if you look past the bed, you can actually see an IV strap from the hospital. So basically, after that, William gets really sad, right? He's really mad about this. So then what he does is William basically, if we go to 1985, well no, if security breach happens
Oh, now we're time
Yes.
traveling, bro.
security breach happens in security breach happens in 1984, and then basically, you know, Gregory is and we can actually tell that this makes sense because in the newest game theory video, we can tell that Gregory is actually the crying child, Mike. And you might think, oh, but his name is Gregory, not Mike. Well, when in the beginning of that game, when Freddy,
adopted. He's adopted, I knew it.
No, when Glamrock Freddy is talking to him, he says, "What's your name?" And he pauses for a minute and says, "Gregory." And why would he know his? Why would he know his name?
Gregory.
Why wouldn't you know your name? Why wouldn't you know your name originally? Why don't you just say it off the bat? So then Gregory is like, you know, he's just screw security breach. There's nothing part of that because there's nothing really. So then we go to
Okay.
So then we go to the first game, and turns out if you actually go back to Sister Location, Purple Guy was actually so pissed off that he did what his best friend Henry did. and instead of committing suicide, he made his he made his he made his son he made his son he made 4 different stages of his son's life becoming a robot that's really real. And we know that
Bro.
people can do this because in the FNAF 3 minigame, you puke up an endoskeleton, an endoskeleton in the middle of the streets while your neighbors are watching you. And also, you can survive being Scoop's sister location. And in the other Five Nights at Freddy's books called Bubblegum, that we can tell there's a 3-part story in each of these books, and one of the stories is actually about Ballora and this doll and this girl. She gets stuck up in the vents, actually, and you remember from Sister Location, it says, you know, they actually found a dead body up in these vents, actually, once. Well, this girl went so mad, she got terrorized by this doll because this doll kept waking her up at 1:03 a.m. So she kept dying, and she was having, like, night terrors and stuff, so she crawled into this vent to hide from the robot, and it came back to her. And then it scared her, and then she eventually died in the vents because of, you know, gases and repairs. So then, that's how Sister Location, we know that there's a dead body in there. And basically, this is gonna really confuse your ass, but I have to get into this before I go to the first game. So basically, Purple Guy, there's them. So like now it's like FNAF 1, the first game. Then the animatronics are fine. Nothing's wrong with the whole series. And Purple Guy, William Afton, he dresses up in the Spring Bonnie suit and lures 5 kids into the back room
Like
with cake. With
Yo,
cake.
he's a pedo!
And
Nah,
then
he kills him though,
and
right?
then-
Or no, he gets killed.
no, listen. And then
Kids eating.
and then from FNAF, from Five Nights at Freddy's, you see an Ultimate Custom Night. Sometimes you get a voice line when you die. I mean, you go to Withered Chica, and when she gets killed, she says in a really sketchy voice, "I was the first. I saw everything." So then, William Afton killed them, and you know what he did with their bodies?
What? Put him in the suits?
Not really.
No. He didn't put them in the suits. He broke off pieces of their body called the remnant, like soul, and he put them into the animatronics. And basically, remnants, it's like dead people's souls. So then there's
Bro,
like
he's
the
a soul
animatronic-
bender.
Hey, you're one of those gender benders.
What you're explaining sounds like what people imagine when they're off of drugs.
Okay, so,
and then
Okay,
all the body parts
wait,
came
listen.
off, and it looked like a
so listen.
ocean
So like,
wave.
Okay,
Mike.
okay.
Okay, so William Afton, we made his son like different stages of him, like as an adult, right? So we would just switch consciousnesses. So when he
Like
was
Dwayne
in,
The Rock Johnson.
yeah, so when he was in Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, at Five Nights at Freddy's 1, he's trying to undo what his father had done, and so basically he goes to the place, and that's what Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is basically. And then at the end, you get fired for odor and tampering with the animatronics. Tampering because you're trying to free their souls, and odor because you don't shower because you're an animatronic, and he didn't program you to shower. So basically, after he programs you not to shower, he basically just you go to the second place, right? As Mike Schmidt. And the reason why you have to do Mike Schmidt is because at
You gotta
Junior,
do Mike Schmidt.
this is gonna no, not the baseball player, not the baseball player.
That's
So
not what I was
basically-
saying.
So basically, this is where it gets really trippy. So basically,
The baseball player. I was
No,
thinking of
listen.
some weird guy.
I mean,
You know,
didn't-
earlier I
Jump
said
off the
that there was Fredbear's Family Diner, and then there's the other place. So basically, at
Mike
Five Nights at
Buggins.
Freddy's
Mike
2,
Buggins.
there's like the animatronics in the back. So yeah, like you know the withered ones,
Yep.
the back, yeah. So basically, those animatronics are from the other location,
Oh dear God.
from Fredbear Diner, right? So the reason why so basically what they did, so then actually, this is gonna be really confusing. So Five Nights at Freddy's 2 happened
Okay.
before Five Nights at
Okay,
Freddy's
okay.
1. So basically,
Bro.
all those toy animatronics, they scrapped them and they took some of those pieces
Could you turn off the
and they
lights?
repaired the withered animatronics,
Something
and
about
that's how we got the Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So Five Nights at Freddy's 1 happens after Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which would explain why in Five Nights at Freddy's 2
Yep.
you're playing as
Just
Mike
tell me,
Schmidt
okay, bro?
and not Mike Afton. So then in Five Nights at Freddy's
No.
3, because you know the whole story
Max,
after
Max,
that.
Max.
But
You gotta wrap it up. You've been talking about Five Nights at Freddy's for 10 minutes now. Come on, like sum it up or something. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm almost over. So then Five Nights at Freddy's
With what
3.
at this point, bro?
Remember?
Last time
So-
I remember you
okay.
talking about a dead girl in a bed.
In Five Nights at Freddy's 3. In Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
So basically,
Yep.
in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, William Afton
Oh
/
my
Purple
God.
Guy
Man's spazzing,
is so he goes back to the first place because he's like trying to redo what his son tried to fix, and he's like going through, but the place burnt down when he was trying to do that. So what happened was he locked himself. So basically, there's these kids, right? The souls from them, since they disassembled the animatronics, because they burned in the fire.
Mhm.
And so he was like trying to like reassemble them. So like these kids were haunting them with their ghosts or something, and they trapped him in this room, and he like airlock sealed. He put himself, and he tried to like get into the Springlock suit and give them night terrors or whatever, like give them flashbacks or some shit. And he like he was like and like he was trying to scare them, but he was like backing away from them, and then the Springlocks locked onto him and causing him to die. And somehow, I don't know how, he survived another fire in that room. And then then we know from the FNAF 3, they said like it's the Fazbear Frights, like it's a horror attraction. They're like, oh yeah, we actually went through and we found. So like, you know how like the first night Springtrap doesn't attack you at all.
Yep.
On the first and third game. So basically, on the second night, the phone guy says, "Hey man, we actually searched through and we found. Guess what? The real one. We found the Golden Bonnie suit from the murders. But obviously, those are fake due to Fazbear Frights.
For real?
I have to tell you that it's corporate. This is what he says. And then so he's like, we found an animatronic back there. Except we're pretty sure he's not real. So we just open the door. So then that's why he starts attacking you from there on out. and then what actually happens is Springtrap guests just think that he's like a part of the attraction, right? Because it's a horror attraction.
Mm-hmm.
So while he's doing that, he's like finding the souls, and he's like, you know how there's like the parts in like the box with all the parts in your office?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So like what he does is he's like beating the crap out of those parts. And he's like he's shoving the souls. He's shoving the souls into like the phantoms, right? Like he's grabbing the remnant from them that he put in there, and he's taking them out, and he's putting them like as phantoms, which is why there's the phantom ones. And so then he's like trying to scare you, and obviously since he's a pedophile, that's how you like, you know, you do the, that's how you do the. That's why the balloon boy thing works for him. It's like the little kid saying hello, because he has to go check to see if he can kill that kid. So so basically after that, basically he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Now here's where it gets really trippy.
Oh
like,
my
really,
god,
really
dude!
trippy.
You said you were wrapping it up.
So yeah, I am.
I
So,
know. I think you
we
started a
can
new story.
we can
honestly.
screw over we can screw over Five Nights at Freddy's 4 in sister location, and we're gonna go to Ultimate Custom Night, right? And basically, William Afton from the books, he's like in this secluded hospital, right? He's like on the verge of death, right?
Yep.
And so basically, like, you know how Golden Freddy's like the main guy?
I've heard it. Yep.
There's this guy who, so basically, what his son does, right? He goes to the hospital. He unplugs his dad off life support. And he kills Purple Guy and sends him to hell. And when he's in hell, Golden Freddy, like, you know, bitch's Cassidy, and we learned that two souls can actually share a body and an animatronic body. And so basically what happens is
No, stop.
what what happens is he's now tormented for life by his creations, which is why it's like Ultimate Custom Night. It's like all the animatronics that he's ever created, just torturing him. Where basically he's just having to survive till 6 a.m. every night, and basically that sums it up. And then and then in
Fish dumpy.
wait, before this, the reason this is actually really amazing. Before this, his son actually burns the whole, no, not his son, Henry's son burns the whole place down, killing himself while doing it, and while killing himself down, burning the place down, from from William Afton, Springtrap's line in Ultimate Custom, he says, "I always come back." I'm just gonna tell you, this motherfucker has come back 10 times throughout the whole storyline after being dead, and after being dead just forever, comes back again and again, and then you want to know the most stupidest shit ever?
Yeah.
So here comes security breach, right? Here comes security breach. After the fire, and we already clarified that William Afton is dead in hell, right? He's dead in hell, and he's being tormented. In security breach, he comes back as Springtrap again. Oh, and you want to know some other trippy shit?
Sure.
In Help Wanted, he makes an AI version of himself because he knows he's gonna die, so he makes an AI version of himself that goes around, and in Help Wanted he takes over your body and kills you, and then he takes over Vanessa, the security guard from the security breach, and causes her to want to kill people and stuff, therefore restarting this whole thing over and over again.
God dang, is that the whole timeline?
Basically.
Thank you, bud. I'm gonna clip that and send it to Tommy.
So they were coming in, right? They were coming into the place, right?
Yeah.
Some kid tried to fight Tyler, and he...
Tyler,
and he
the kid that called me
Tyler,
Ben
the little
10?
kid who thinks Jack is Ben 10.
Yeah. So you know what I did? You want what I did? You want what I did? You want what I did?
What?
So basically, he was trying to throw a punch at Tyler, and he missed, and he hit my leg, so I threw a brick at his face. And I didn't get in trouble. You want?